You have to remember, your hand have to be clean. When you're going into a courthouse, they always ask you to swear. How do you swear? You pick up your hand. Or you touch your hand in Sefer Torah. And whatever, Bible, whatever they put, you have to put your hand. When you're going in, the Lord God forbid, to a casino that you will never be there, they're always touching the hand. Show you the hand. You're going in. And any place that you do, you're looking for parnasah, you open your hand. Why the hand is so important? So somebody asked me once, Rabbi, what is the highest part of the body? The tallest and the highest part of the body. So most of us answer the head, right? No. The hand. Do you know why the hand? Do you know why we wash in hand all day long? Before food, before bread, in the morning when you wake up. Why we wash in hands so much? Why? Do you know why when you're coming in from a grave or from an iftar, you wash your hand and you leave the... It's all about the hand, always hand. What exactly? You know why? Because one avera you cannot afford to do. That one is the most dangerous avera. When God brought the flood of Noah didn't come because of Shabbat, or because of mikveh, or because of kashrut. It came because stolen money. And the night of the Seder, wash your hand. Clean your hand from stolen money. Clean your hand from all the averot that you do with your hand. Hand is the most important things. How did the pasuk said? Vatemane haaretz chamas. You know why God brought the flood? The flood? Because the country was full of thief, gezel, stolen money and stolen items. Something that in our life becomes so common. We have to be very careful. The second stage of Pesach is washing hand. Number 3, Kadesh Urchatz Karpas. Karpas, wow. I spoke today in my class and I told them, I never saw people that so excited over karpas. You know what's karpas? Some community is potato. Really potato. Potato. I do a potato. Regular potato, that's it. And us, our community, what's the tradition salary? I met many men that bump into each other and said, my brother, actually, they open a restaurant, the steak over there is ash. I met people that do not like meat, they like fish, they bump into each other, they said, this restaurant of fish is the best one. I never in my life, being a rabbi for 29 years, almost 50 years old, I never met people that bump into each other, said, my brother, they open a restaurant, the karpas, the salary over there is ash. We have to go to taste. Who eats salary? Suddenly Pesach, karpas, everybody become a dramatic and a centerpiece items in the karpas. Why? What is so unique about the karpas? So the simple explanation is to awake the children to ask questions. Abba, when exactly you eat karpas? Before food. Who is eating except Bukharian? Bukharian, they're the only one that you can see the best food ever. They put the most delicious food, and in between the good salad, they have salad that nobody cut, tomato on such a side, cucumbers on another side, and like this, nobody cut. I never understand. Maybe one of you can explain me the logic. It looks like they took it from the garden, they left it in the plate. They still have the dots, And it's fancy restaurant, fancy. You pay $300 for a plate, and you see tomato like this. Looking at you, why bad things happen to good people? Why me? Did you understand what's the logic of this? At least cut it, Israelis. We like Israeli salad. We make it fancy. Nothing, nobody touch it. You see people in the middle of the food, they eat so nice, and then, how do you call it? Malefafon. Cucumbers like this. How can you do the cucumbers? You need to carry the cucumbers. And in the middle, $300. Tomato, you need a weight. I saw people in the middle of the food. They carry the tomato like a weight, They make in practice. What is this? Except Bukharian in a normal page, you will never find it. Suddenly, karpas become issue. Why karpas? Gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, ladies, few explanations that you're going to share in the night of the Seder. The first one is learn how to enjoy the simple items in our life. You want to be free? Free from slavery? Remember, if you cannot enjoy the karpas, you will never enjoy the steaks. Because when you're going to eat the steaks, it's always the better steaks. When you're going to build your home and you're going to finish and you're going to renovate it and you're going to pay $500,000 for renovation, and a day later, you're going to look in your neighbor and he built a house, selfie next to the house. Unreal. And your wife looked and said, how is our home? Shem Shamayim. For the sake of, what's the sake of God? I just pay $500,000 renovation. If you're not going to learn how to be happy right now, in this situation in life, I have to have a good news to share with you. You will never be happy. Even if you can have $1 billion or a few billion, you will never be happy. If you cannot be happy with the karpas, simple items in life, to wake up in the morning and to say, God, thank you. Thank you for me having a roof above my head, that I have a bed, I have a wife and children, I have everything that I need. I have everything that I need. Karpas. The night of the Seder is coming to teach you. Do not wait for the oshpeno or the osevo that you're going to eat later. Learn how to enjoy karpas. Simple. What a message is that? With the, how many times your husband is giving you a watch, and the only thing that you're looking like this is what's the company names or a bag, and the only thing is original or not original. One, you cannot say thank you and tomorrow complain. No. A minute that you realize that it's not original, that's it. What's the problem with enjoying regular shoes? No brand names. I remember Payless was one of my favorite shoes, my favorite companies. You pay less. And I remember the times of BOGO. You remember BOGO? I used to call my wife, Bo and go. You buy 2 and you get another 5 on the house. Just take the shoes. Because I was one of the main customers, they closed down. I was always there. I don't know, what's the difference between my shoes that cost, after BOGO, $11 shoes, to your shoes that you pay $150 or $300 shoes? I'm sorry, easy. Easy, you jump, you cannot come back. $700, $1,000 shoes. What's the difference? Damn it. Why we cannot learn how to be happy with the simple items in life? The night of the Leil Seder is coming to teach us. You want to be free? Learn how to enjoy the karpas. Second explanation. Karpas. You know what's karpas? Karpas. מה זה karpas? Karpas you can define in 2 different ways. Kaf, resh, pei samach. Either you put samach parech, meaning how many Jews went into exile? 600,000. So the number 6 with parech, with slavery, is then the word karpas. But you can read it in different ways. Kar and pas. You know what's kar in Aramaic? Kar is a clothing. Clothing with stripes. Clothing with stripes. Who is the first one in our history that wear clothing with stripes? Sefer Tzaddik. You remember that his father gave him kotonet pasim, a clothing with stripes. What does Sefer Tzaddik have to do with the Haggadah Shel Pesach? What is Sefer Tzaddik? You remember on Man Nishtana? Now you're going to answer. You're going to answer one of the questions of Man Nishtana. Man Nishtana alayla. What's your husband's name? Vadim. Listen to this. I need you to be in focus. One of the questions is, how come the whole year around you never dip, and suddenly tonight you become master of dipping? Thousand Island, how do you call it? Garlic mayo, Russian what? Russian dressing. What else? Yeah, you become a dipping, American style, dipping, everything dipping. They eat chips. They have special dipping for every chips. Chips like this, red dipping. We become a dipping. Suddenly in Pesach, the whole Jewish nation, we dipping twice. When exactly we dipping twice? When One of them, when we eat the karpas, we dip it. What did we do? We took the karpas and we dip it. And salty water. The second time we dip in is when? Korech. Is in the end. One of them is in the beginning, one of them is in the end. I will tell you something tonight you're not going to believe. Hold tight. Do you know why we dip in twice? Do you know why we do it? Why we dip in twice? Yosef, the first one to tell us, before you start the story of Egypt, before you know why we spent 210 years, the Karpas is coming to teach us why we went into exile, why we have problem in life. And the last dipping is a minute before we're going out, before the food. Korech Shulchan Orech, before on the way out. You have to know what is going to take you out. What took us in is clothing with stripes and tears. Ladies, you are expert of crying. A woman have buttons that 22 years, I still didn't figure out where is the buttons. That they can cry from a 0 to 100 under 1 second. You tell something to your wife from nowhere, she's crying to crying like it's not tomorrow. A minute later she's smiling. It takes exactly a minute. Now, ladies, I'm going to ask you a simple question. What is the taste of tears? Salty water. Come the Karpas and teach us. Do you know, before you start the story of Avadim Hayinu, we were slaves for 200 years. You know what's the reason? Because he was a man with the clothing with stripes, that his brother wanted to kill him. And then they sold them to Arabs. They sold them to slavery. And all the reason that we went down from baseless hate. When one Jew hate another Jew, when one brother hate another brothers, is when you know you are on the way of slavery. And you know how you're coming out? What is korech? We're taking matzah, we're taking maror. Matzah symbolizes tzaddik. Maror symbolizes rasha. You stick it together, meaning, even though he's not a tzaddik, we're still one nation. We're still brothers. I still have a place for him. If you can accept a person that is not like you, Shulchan Orech, go and start eating. The food is arriving. You're already on the way out. Baseless hate is the cost of exile. Baseless love is the cost of redemption. One of them is in the beginning of the stories, when we didn't start yet, and the other one is when we end the exile. The ending of the exile is korech. Korech meaning, how do you write tzibur in Hebrew? No nikud, just tzibur. How do you write tzibur? Tzibur meaning crowd. A crowd, congregation. Beautiful. Congregation is tzibur. Crowd is tzibur. When you have 10 people to pray Arvit, is tzibur. You know how you write tzibur? Tzadik, Bet, Resh. Why these 3 letters? Do you know why these 3 letters? Tzadik stand for tzadikim. Bet, Benonim. Resh, Rashaim. If you can combine these 3 together, you can have a great minyan. You can bring love among the Jewish nation. God wants us to be unified. Not to bend our values, not to break, God forbid, the Torah, but definitely to love every Jew. Karpas. Karpas is when you take it in and you dip in the salty waters to remember the tears that Yosef HaTzadik was crying to his own brothers and begging them, please, do not sell me. Do not throw me to a pit full of scorpions and snakes. Do not kill me. That tears until now is painful. Because until now, we didn't fix it. You know how I know that we didn't fix it? That's when you're going to write as well. Because very rare, the night of the Seder, always every year, falling down exactly in the same night of Ramadan? Who said Ramadan? Allah Bakhti. Allah Akbar. I don't know the water that this table got. Something is wrong with the water. Maybe it's reused. I don't know. Maybe reused. Ben Hu, please bring a new water, please. Something is wrong at that table. I don't know. Ramadan. You are not telling me it's good. Ramadan, boy. It was good. I'm sorry. Behemet, it was perfect. Okay. No. Anyone know the answer, please? Moshe, you want to give sponsorship, please? Moshe is good. M&M is good. Moshe Mazal is begging, please answer the questions. Always, every year. If this year, Tisha B'Av is which day is Wednesday? Night. You know which holidays is going to fall down in that day? Tisha B'Av. Always. The day that Pesach appear, few months later, meaning 5, every day. The day of the week, yes. Every Motzei Shabbat, Monday, Tuesday, any days. Look throughout the years. Always Tisha B'Av is for. This is one of the reasons that one of the things that we put in a plate, you remember the Pesach plate? One of the items is what? Eggs. Who usually ate eggs? Avel. What do you put in Avelut in Pesach? We are kings. We have freedoms. To remind you the 9 days of Av. What's the connection between Tisha B'Av to Pesach? Do you know why Bet HaMikdash got destroyed? Because of baseless hate. Karpas. If you're not going to fix the karpas, we will never go out from exile. We have 5 months from Pesach exactly. 5 months to fix it. And if not, God forbid, you're going to have to celebrate once again, sitting down on the floor and crying that we're still in exile. What a message, Abraham, what a message. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight you are lucky. Kadesh Urchatz, Karpas Yachatz. I'm going to end with this one. He said, let's go. Huh? Continue. Esh, Rabbi Esh. Maybe before Pesach, I'm going to send you a few messages in video. One of them is the most important message of Pesach. Which items, if you didn't say in Pesach, you did not, you said the Chovah. Pesach, why? That one we're going to keep to the message. We're not going to give it to you so easy. We're going to give you few messages from Pesach, Matzah Maru. Let's continue. We are in Yachatz. Why are we breaking the middle matzah? What is Yachatz? Yachatz is we take the middle matzah, we break it, we keep the big one to Afikoman, meaning to the end of the meals, and the small part we eat when we do a motzi matzah. When we do a lachelat matzah, we do a motzi, we eat. The question is why we break it. The simple reason is because a poor man do not have complete bread. A poor man have usually eat any slice you give him. In the Holocaust, nobody was ready to get loaf of bread. Today we became so spoiled that God forbid if your wife will ask you to eat the challah that she baked in Shabbat on Sunday. Crisis in the house. What a chutzpah, why you ask me? Why not? Why not? Lechem Kodesh, why not? What is so bad about the bread? Only 1 day. People in the Holocaust will be dying to have bread that being baked 1 week before, not 1 day. We became fancy schmancy. A poor man eat whatever you give him. We break in because in the beginning of the Haggadah, we're still poor. One. Simple explanation. Another explanation is Yachatz is teaching all of us. I wanted to remember it in the Seder. It's a great message to the children and to yourself, but especially to your children. It was this guy and a Jew, they became good friends, best friends. Moshe and Stephen. Now, the both of them used to go to collect money. Both of them is broken completely, poor. Their job is to collect money. One day Moshe had mercy on Stephen. They didn't eat for a few days. They used to eat leftover. He came to Stephen and said, Stephen, I have a good news to share with you. The next 2 days, you don't eat nothing. So why not? He said, because the Jewish nations, I'm a Jew, they have holidays that called Passover. The night of the Seder, all of them is rich. Diamonds, jewelry, silver cup, silver plate, silver knife, silver everything. You don't understand. And they have food that you never saw. Unlimited food and the most fancy food. You come with me and you're going to enjoy the food. So I don't understand. Moshe, I'm not even a Jew. Moshe said, no. Nobody knows that you're not a Jew. You're just going into the synagogue with me. You could put kippah. And you're not talking. And your name is Menashe. Menashe? Okay, Menashe. Nobody knows that you're Stephen. Okay. This Menashe, this guy, put kippah. He said, in the night of the Seder, we have a mitzvah. What's the first mitzvah? Hospitality. Called Dechfin. Everybody obligated to invite somebody to his home. He said, that's it, Moshe. You have nothing to worry. For sure, one of the synagogue will invite you. He's walking in with Moshe, the Stephen, Menashe. He looked around. Now, he was Mormons. You know Mormons? Mormons is the one that look. Now, you know, Sephardim, we like a lot of imagination. We are expert in imagination. Right away, walk into synagogues, and all the Sephardim look. Wow, he looks like Moshe Rabbeinu. This guy is tzaddik. The other guy said, what tzaddik? Tzaddik Nistar. He's 30 years. He's not even a Jew. You know, tzaddik Nistar. He's Mekubal. He looks like this. Each one of them, they start to fight. Who's going to invite the guy? This guy said, I'm going to invite him. The richest guy in the town said, get out of here. I'm going to invite him. Nobody can take him. This tzaddik Nistar, I will take him. What's your name, Menashe? Shulu Menachem Menashe? You come to my home. Okay. He took this Menashe home. Happened to be that, you know, they start. The wine that he had is not cooked. Doesn't know that he's a goy. And not only not cooked, the highest quality of alcohol. Now, you know what it means to drink wine, glass, and he gave them not 86 milligram? Millimeter. He gave them, I don't know, cost money. He gave them the big cup, you know, the big one that you can sell. And he said, you have to drink most of the cups. Drinking wine with empty, he was getting dizzy. Now he needs food right away. He's like this, he's moving. Where is the food? So then after Kadesh, what comes? Chatz. Even a guy know that the Jews, after they wash their hand, what exactly happened? Bread. He wash, and then they say karpas. What's karpas? They give them this small salary and they tell them to dip it with the salty water. So where's the food? He need to eat it. Moshe told him. He continued, happened to be that this rich man was not only rich, also Talmid Chacham. He spoke the story of the Haggadah 1.5 hours. Talking and talking, personal stories in Egypt, Dayenu, every word he sing. Dayenu, where's the Dayenu? Leave the Dayenu, I need food. 1.5 hours, the stomach and the back is coming closer. And then he said, wash your hand. This time is right. He's going to wash hand, and then motzi matzah. Happened to be that this rich man matzah was the matzah that you need a hammer to eat. You know some matzah to break it, you need a hammer? Old-fashioned, thick, like a wood. He break himself to eat it. And after this matzah, so where is the food? Jonathan, he said, you know what exactly happened? Maror. Now, not the Sephardic maror. The Chondul, the Ashkenaz maror. The maror that when you make it is 2 hours of tears, and after you eat, there's another 6 hours. The guy eat the maror, he stood up, he said, I hate you, the Jews. He kicked the table and left. He said, tomorrow, I'm going to give him a punch. This Moshe is a liar. I never trust him. A Jew you cannot trust. He lied to me, he told me it's going to be food. 6 o'clock in the morning, he's waiting in the synagogue, and I see Moshe coming. Look like a balloon. Hashem, Melech, Hashem, barely move. See him smiling. He said, Moshe, why are you smiling? He said, you know how many food I ate yesterday? It was worldly, it was the best food ever. He said, no, so, Stephen, what exactly with you? He said, which food? I never saw food. He said, you went into the richest guy in town. What do you mean not food? Where's the food that he put? He said, he never put food. He put me matzah, he put me dikt, he put me wood. He gave me salary. I don't know what salary with salty water. The guy is stingy. He put me bitterness. I got me dizzy and give me drink 4 kushot. I don't know what exactly. So Moshe looked at them and said, a goy is a goy. You will never change. So what's the meaning of goy is a goy? What's the difference between you and me? He said, what's the difference between a Jew and a goy? It's one centerpiece different. A goy have no patience. If you just wait another 5 minutes, after Maror, what coming? Korech Shulchan Aruch. Another 5 minutes in life. If you just had the patience, you know what? Kadesh Uretz Karpas Yachatz. You know what Yachatz teaching us? Wait until the end. Wait until the end. If you're going to wait a little, you're going to see how things in life will be so organized and so perfect. Things that today look like crisis, tomorrow can be the greatest news that ever happened to us. Sometimes in life you be in fire and look like this is the worst things, and you want to jump, and you get depression, and you don't sleep for 1 week. 1 year later, because the fire, you open a business, and Beli Ayin Hara, you met. You know what you do? You send flowers to the guy that fired you. Because of you, I became so rich. If you didn't fire me, I will still work for you for $7 an hour. Because you fired me and I had nothing to do. So tell me, the fire was good or not good? But in that moment, you never saw it. In life, all what you need is patience. Yachatz is teaching you. Have a patience. Not everything have to be right now. How did Rabbi Nachman Breslev write? The word Sabnanut in Hebrew is patient. Come to a numerical number 548. Sabnanut. 548. You know which word come in Hebrew for 548? Another word? Nitzachta. Nitzachta, Nun, Yud, Tzadik, Chet, Taf is 548. You know why? Because in order to win life, Nitzachta is to be a winner, you need patience. 548. Kadesh Uretz Karpas Yachatz. Yachatz is to teach you patience. Last but not least, I know today we're going a little extra mile. Next week I'm not going to see you, we're going to be in El Seder. And the week after we're going to be in the holidays. So it's going to be 3 weeks from now. Or actually almost 1 month, Emmanuel. Once a month you have to. So next time when we come in, when we bring the class, you are going to see once again. I will ask all of you, B'ezrat Hashem, to remember the message that we shared today. And the Almighty God will bless all of you to have a long life and a healthy life. And we're all going to be married to go out from all the obstacles and the slavery that we are. We are slavery to our anger. We are slavery to our laziness. We are slavery to our egos. We are slavery to all the bad character that we have. We are slavery to our behavior. We are slavery to our Yetzer Hara. Yetziat Mitzrayim meaning go out from your limitation. If people tell you cannot be rich, do not believe in them. Do not listen to them. You can become. If people tell you cannot be Gadol Israel, it's too late. Why you become religious? You're not 20, you're 30 years old. You're going to tell them Rabbi Akiva became religious in the age of 40 and he became the biggest rabbi in the world history. Do not put on yourself any limitation. We are above all limitation. Mitzrayim